Kim Zolciak met Kroy-Biermann in 2010 during a charity dancing event in Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta reality star and Atlanta Falcons linebacker hit it off and got married the following year. In addition to Kim's 2 daughters from previous relationships, she and Kroy welcomed 4 more children. While their whirlwind romance was televised on Real Housewives and Kim's spin-off shows, not everyone was convinced this relationship was built to last. In fact, the red flags were practically knocking viewers upside the head from the very beginning. Even Kroy's family started a prayer circle in hopes he wouldn't go through with the wedding. Before we get into other people's business, be sure to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of beef and bacon jerky, caramel pecan popcorn, and butter toffee peanuts. To get some better insight into all the red flags in this relationship, we have to take you back to when Kim was a teenager. As you know, we love us a good backstory, and studies have shown that a person's upbringing and childhood experiences affect their adult interpersonal relationships. Kim is no stranger to scandal. Around the age of 16 or 17, Kim was a witness to a criminal investigation in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. From there, she started having intimate encounters with a police sergeant named John McDougald. John admitted to the affair, but insisted that the relationship started after the case he was investigating was closed, as if that makes things any better. Some sources claim he was married at the time the affair took place. Our nosy selves were able to locate his ex-wife. However, we're unsure if they were still married at the time he was in contact with Kim. Kim's actions helped launch an internal investigation into the police department, where allegations of secret tapings, sexual assault charges, and cover-ups were revealed. Due to his actions, the sergeant was fired but was rehired by the police department a few months later. He passed away in 2019 at the age of 70. Kim welcomed her daughter Brielle in February 1997 with an unidentified man. Sometime around 2001, she married a man named Daniel Toche, and they welcomed their daughter Ariana in October of that same year. Kim filed for divorce in 2003, and many years later, Daniel served 2 years in prison for having inappropriate contact with his third wife's daughter. When Kim made her first appearance on Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2008, she was involved with a mystery man that she referred to as Big Papa. He bought her a townhouse, jewelry, a Range Rover, and an Escalade. Naturally, viewers got curious about his identity, and it was later revealed that her secret sugar daddy was none other than real estate developer Lee Najjar. Oh, and he was also married to a woman who just so happened to be named Kim as well.
Close your legs to married men.
Excuse
you heard
me?
it? Close your legs to married men.
Wow, Nene. Is he legally married? You are absolutely right.
Heard it.
They were in an on-again, off-again relationship, and Kim even claimed to be engaged to him at one point. Big Papa was still in the picture when she had a relationship with DJ Tracy Young, and she had some kind of association with Miami real estate developer Thomas Kramer as well. When Big Papa dropped her off at an Atlanta charity event in May 2010, Kim first met professional NFL player Kroy-Biermann while Bravo TV cameras caught the entire moment. They exchanged information, and Kim finally decided to leave all of her sugar daddies in the dust. Kroy's family was rather, concerned about his new relationship from the jump. Kroy was 25, childless, and making about $500,000 per year in the NFL, while Kim was about 7 years older, a single mom of 2 whose reputation for dating wealthy men was blasted across everyone's TV screens. But Kim and Kroy proceeded with getting to know each other and went out a couple of times. Everywhere they went, people had their cameras out and would record them. Kroy was uncomfortable with all the attention and just wanted to focus on football. So while Kim was at a photo shoot, he sent her a text that read, "Hey, just wanted to let you know it might be in our best interest to go our separate ways." Kim said she was blindsided. She went home and couldn't even sleep that night. Maybe Kroy should have followed his gut, but he didn't. The next day, he sent her flowers with a note saying, "Can we talk?" He realized his mistake and was ready to go all in with Kim. Kim invited Kroy to be her +1 at her co-star Cynthia Bailey's July 2010 wedding to Peter Thomas. When photos from the event hit the internet, a woman named Elizabeth Stewart was confused as hell because she thought Kroy was her man. Ruh-roh. In a since-deleted interview with In Touch Weekly website, Elizabeth said she was in a relationship with Kroy, although their romance was long distance. After seeing the photos of him with Kim at the wedding, Elizabeth confronted him, and he initially claimed he and Kim were just friends. Eventually, he told Elizabeth the truth. He was clapping Kim's cheeks. Elizabeth told In Touch, "I want Kim to know about it, the manipulation and the lies. Obviously, our relationships overlapped. I felt completely betrayed." Within months of seeing each other, Kim got pregnant. Although she didn't confirm the news at first, by the time she was 3 months along, TMZ obtained photos of Kim smoking a cigarette while at an Atlanta Falcons game. So naturally, people were appalled that she would put her unborn baby at risk. Her rep told TMZ Kim didn't know she was pregnant at the time, but that was determined to be a lie. Someone dug up an interview where Kim said she knew she was pregnant in her first trimester, but she denied it to the press because she wanted to make it through the first few months first. They welcomed their son KJ in May 2011. Kroy proposed in October, and their November 2011 wedding ceremony was televised in the spin-off show Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding. The show was the beginning of the end of their relationships with their respective parents. The ceremony took place at a home that had been transformed to accommodate their wedding day. Kim rented outdoor portable bathrooms for her guests and instructed everyone to use them, even her own mother. When her mom and aunt disobeyed her wishes and snuck inside to use a restroom inside the home instead, Kim had her mom and aunt escorted out of the house by security guards, and their relationship hasn't been the same ever since.
My parents are just toxic.
You don't talk to them?
No.
Kim's parents later sued her for grandparents' rights to see Brielle and Ariana, but the lawsuit didn't amount to anything. Her parents also tried to sell a tell-all book about her at one point. During an episode of Don't Be Tardy, Kim said Kroy's parents weren't happy with their marriage because she wasn't picture perfect. Kroy responded, "You are picture perfect, but you're not picture perfect to them." Kim later told Heather McDonald's Juicy Scoop podcast that Kroy's parents looked toward a higher power to put a stop to the ceremony. Kim said, "They were at the wedding, but we found out 2 weeks later that they were in our driveway with a preacher praying against our wedding the day of. There was a circle of them and their family praying with their preacher and a pastor to block us from getting married that day." Was Kroy's family being dramatic, or did they have a premonition that Kim wasn't the right woman for him? Through the years, Kroy made it clear he's going to stick beside Kim no matter what, and if his parents have negative feelings towards her, he'll continue to cut off their access to their grandchildren. They welcomed another son named Cash in August 2012. Kroy officially adopted Kim's daughters from her previous relationships sometime around July 2013, and the couple welcomed twins in November 2013. Kroy got cut from the Buffalo Bills in 2016, and no other teams were interested, so his NFL career came to a screeching halt. Many people wondered how the couple would pay for the lavish lifestyle, complete with their multi-million-dollar home, luxury cars, and designer clothing. But the Biermanns had another issue to face head-on. A source told Radar Online that the uncertainty surrounding his football career put a lot of pressure on them, and Kim was stressed out having Kroy at home all the time. The insider said, "They're just really hoping he lands on his feet soon before it messes up the family too much." Don't Be Tardy got canceled in 2021 after 8 seasons. The couple's financial issues continued, and they have been sued several times throughout the years. Kroy was even sued by his former sports agent for $22,000 after he refused to pay the agent commission he was owed. And then came reports that their Georgia mansion was in foreclosure. The couple reportedly defaulted on the $1.65 million loan they took out on the property. The bank planned to auction off the property on March 7th in front of the Fulton County Courthouse. However, a source told People magazine that the couple resolved the issue just in time, and they were able to save the property. For now. On May 8, 2023, TMZ reported the couple owed $1.1 million in back taxes. $1.1 million. And then, hours later, it was reported that Kim filed for divorce after 11 years of marriage. In divorce documents, Kim stated the marriage was irretrievably broken with no hope of reconciliation. She also asked for primary physical custody as well as spousal support. So let's do a recap. They blew through Kroy's NFL money, the checks from their reality show stopped rolling in, and they both cut off their family members. For now, we'll keep an eye on this story to find out the real reason they're calling it quits, even though we can't say we're surprised that this hot, stinking mess of a marriage is coming to an end. Do you think Kim already has Big Papa on speed dial? Let us know down below. And thanks for watching RRG.